Hello everyone, I'm Angelica and welcome to another episode of Angelica's Journal. Today I wanted to show you my house plants. They're all in my living room, which is the sunniest room of the house. It is a southwest exposure. And before we start with my first one, I wanted to show you my tree for Mardi Gras. And that's the only decoration I have for Mardi Gras because it only lasts here because of Valentine's. It only lasts about a week. And then we've got Ash Wednesday, which is like Mardi Gras ends the day before on Fat Tuesday. So there we go. And technically it should be down because we are past that. But just wanted to show you. I'd like to get some more masks. Other than that, that's all the decoration I need. I would like to get a couple more masks though. I love those masks. All right, so onward to the first plant, which is right there. I'm gonna try and zoom in on it. And this is a Ficus benjamina, also called the weeping fig. It's native to Australia and Asia. It likes bright indirect sun, loves to have showers and misting regularly. Because it is a tree, it likes deep pots. Add extra perlite, not a whole lot, but add some extra perlite to the soil so that it drains well and you won't get root rot. I fertilize every month except during winter. It is a good air purifier. It does not like any air movement, any drafts. It does not like to be moved, or it will drop leaves. In the tropic rainforest, it's native in the wild. It can grow to 50 feet tall. But here, in North America, when you grow them in the house, they grow about 6 to 8 feet. In the malls, you can see them, and they're what, maybe 15 feet? Yeah. But they will grow within their environment. I've never seen one that's gone higher than wherever the ceiling is. All right, and then I'm going to move you to the next one, which is over here. And this is a Dracaena fragrans, also called a green jewel. Same thing, bright indirect light. It likes to be kept moist, but not wet. So it needs real good drainage, so it won't be sitting in water. It is drought tolerant, but you don't want it to dry out completely. It likes being pot bound. You can add some rocks for better drainage. Again, I fertilize monthly, except during the winter. In North America, in the homes, it'll grow 4 to 6 feet. It is an air purifier, and it's also toxic to your pets. So keep your pets away. Okay, the next one is this one. There we go. It's a Perler Palm, native to Mexico and Guatemala. And again, this one, as with most of my plants, they like bright indirect light. This one also loves humidity, misted regularly. If the tips of the leaves, or what they call fronds, turn brown, it's usually because of dry air, dry soil, which mine dries out all the time. And that's why I do have brown tips. It loves the moisture. Dry air, dry soil, cold air. I would assume then that it also does not like the heating vents and the air conditioner. I'm just by what I'm reading here. It may produce tiny yellow flowers followed by black fruit, but only when the plant is mature. So I've had the yellow flowers. They just dropped, probably because I let it dry out again. It is an air purifier. It grows 5 to 8 feet, very slow. I feed it monthly, except in the winter. It really doesn't need to be repotted often, like maybe every 3 years. avoids direct sun and drafts. It likes a peat-free soil, no peat moss. And it is toxic to pets. Something else I wanted to add to this. Oh yeah, I'm not sure if mine's a Perler Palm or a Cascade Palm. They are extremely similar. A Cascade Palm only grows to 3 feet. It won't grow taller than that. A Perler Palm will grow 5 to 8 feet. So I guess once it hits 3 feet, I'll know after that if it grows any taller. And then my next one is this one. No, the sunlight's giving it a glare. There we go. That is my prayer plant. It's a, Maranta lucanura. I'm no good with these Latin names. It likes bright indirect light. This one is sensitive to chemicals, so use filtered water, rainwater, or let your water sit at least 24 hours. I guess through the evaporation process, it does get rid of the chemicals. But this one is really sensitive to chemicals. It likes high humidity, so you got to mist it regularly, which I do not, which is why the tips go brown. I don't know if you can see on camera. Oh yeah, you can see it. The tips are brown. That's because I don't give it enough moisture. Don't let the leaves get wet. It could cause brown spots. If you're going to repot it in the spring, but put it in a pot that's wider rather than tall because the roots are shallow. Keep away from drafts and direct sun. And this one at night, the leaves all go up and it looks like it's praying. That's why it's called a prayer plant. It looks like it's praying. It's beautiful. When I first got the plant and saw it do that, I was amazed. So cool. I like these little quirks. Makes them so cool. All right, and then we're gonna go up and up and up. And that is my next one. So it goes from here all the way across to that one. I have it on that whole wall. And that is a golden pothos. Golden pothos, Epipremnum aureum, also known as devil's ivy because it is almost impossible to kill. It is toxic to your pets, so keep them high up. They can be trained along anything. You can have them go sideways. You can just let them hang. You can do like I did, string them around. I've seen them cover the whole ceiling. Yeah, they're very adaptable. In the wild and tropical forest, it can climb 20 meters. That's about 60 feet up a tree trunk. So yeah, it grows pretty long. It likes bright indirect sun, no direct sun, and it's good being pot bound. Like the one on that side has a tiny, teeny little pot. And you know what? It's fine. I just got to water it more often. But it loves it. I have no problem with it. Feed monthly, but not never ever feed your plants in the winter. It is a fantastic cleaning the air purifier, but it is toxic to human and pets. So you keep them up there. Don't let them come down. I don't have pets, so it doesn't matter for me. All right, and then my next one is right next to it there. Let's see if I can get there. Oh, there we go. And that one is a variegated spider plant. Native to South Africa. It likes bright indirect light, mist occasionally, feed occasionally, but not during the winter. It also likes peat-free soil. It's compact, easy, and fast to grow. It is non-toxic, so it's totally safe. And I've seen cats eat them. So, but it's totally safe. No upset stomach or anything. When the plant matures, it will create babies off of branches that come out, like stems. It comes out and then it has babies. There's a lot of pictures online. Mine, I planted it last year from a baby. So it's not mature enough to have babies yet, but probably, I don't know, a few months, it should start making babies. All right, next is my pride and joy, the one I absolutely love. You know, well worth having. And I am going, like, the sun is glaring because I got moisture on the window. So I don't know how I'm going to have to position this. Maybe if I go really close. This is a Hoya Carnosa. There, I don't know, there, that probably works better. Can I shield this side a bit? Yeah, that's a Hoya Carnosa. And what I love about it, if we go down, and hopefully the glare won't be too bad, go way down. I do trim it because it probably can reach the floor, but I do trim it. Oh, look, their glare is gone. Now look at this. This is why I love it. Look at that. Can you see it? That's the flowers. And then here's 3. Aren't they beautiful? I have tons of them. It's blooming right now. And we're in February. Whoops, too high. We're in February. And look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And then there's another one over there. Can you, oh, no, it's too high. I'm not focused on that one. Oh, I'm focused on this one here. There you go. It is so beautiful. I love it. Every time it flowers, I get more and more clusters of flowers. They are so beautiful. There's more that I haven't even shown you that you can't see is on the other side. But they are absolutely beautiful. I'll leave you there. For this one, it says it's native to Asia, Australia, and the Pacific Islands. It bears clusters of star-shaped white flowers with red centers. Water it when it is dry. Spray regularly and wipe the leaves to remove dust. Likes shade, a dappled shade to full sun. It is like it gets the full southwest exposure. It's right in the window. The soil, you could add bark. Feed it monthly, but not during the winter. And it is not toxic. So, yes, this one is safe for your pets. All right. We're halfway and it's already 13 minutes. So I'm going to try and do this a little more quickly. I can't put it any higher. I'm trying to get rid of the glare. And I figured this one would be the worst. Can I do it this way? On my step exerciser. Let's see. Will this work? Nah, no, it's too close. All right. Well, we'll just have to deal with the glare. All right. This is a Thanksgiving cactus. Maybe I can do it on this side. Yeah, still not that great. But you can see it a little better there on the sides. It's a Thanksgiving cactus, blooms profusely around the holidays, and it could bloom again in the spring, which mine does. The blooms last 2 to 4 months. I'd say maybe 1 to 2 months. Loves to be pot bound, native to southeastern Brazilian rainforest. Part sun to shady spots. I don't know. It's in the window, southwest. And maybe that's why it only blooms for like a month or two. Likes well-drained, moist, loamy soil. Fertilizing, again, monthly, except in the winter. It does say, not when you're fertilizing, but let's say a week later, you could add magnesium sulfate solution. Must be done, wait a minute. These 2 feedings must be done a week apart. Yeah, so you fertilize it, and then a week or even 2 weeks, you can do the magnesium sulfate solution. I don't know. It's supposed to help. I've never done it. I will try it and let you know. Then we got the lipstick plant, which is there. Here, let's put you in the corner and see if that helps. Oh, now I can't see the camera. Okay. I don't have any flowers on it right now. There's a few dried ones. I'll take one of these dried ones off. They fall. Whenever the flower is done flowering, they will fall to the ground and you will get a cluster of dead ones on the ground. Now that's the lipstick plant. There you go. And then if I turn it, it's just like that. And they're so beautiful. But you will get the dead ones dropping on the ground and you'll have a mess to clean up. So it is native to Thailand and Malaysia. Grows 3 feet long, which mine does. In the wild, it grows in the humid rainforest. It likes bright filtered light. Avoid direct sun or full shade. Now, like I say, this window is southwest and it's fine. Probably because it's just the end of the day. It doesn't get any sun during the day. Maybe that's why. Needs well-drained soil. Sensitive to overwatering and misted regularly. Regular house plant soil. You can add sphagnum moss and sand so it's better drainage. Keep away from drafts like heating vents and air conditioners. Fertilizing, the same. Except in winter, and it's not toxic. Yay. Again, not that I have any pets, but. And then on this side, I have the green spider plant. There we go. It has no variegations on it. It's just green. And this one is also called a shamrock spider plant. And basically, indirect low light, water when it's dry. Any type of humidity is fine. If you get brown tips on the leaves, it could be from the chemicals in the water. So just when you cut the brown tips off, do it at an angle. It's less noticeable then. But yeah, non-toxic, and it's a good air cleaner. All right, so now I'm going to let you drop down. Down, 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 because we're going to do the lower plants and then we're done. All right, now, this one. There you go. Whoop. This is, oh, okay. Well, I guess that's it. This is my ZZ plant. Maybe I should back away. ZZ is, oh boy, here we go. Zamioculca, Zamifolia. And I probably butchered that name. Also called Zanzibar gem and emerald palm. Native to Eastern Africa. It doesn't grow any taller than 4 feet. So what you see there is as tall as it will grow. It should not grow any taller than that. Bright indirect sun. I have had it right in the window, just like the others. And it's been fine. I've never gotten brown tips on it. I've let it dry out completely. I haven't gotten brown tips. It is real. It's another one of those plants that's really hard to kill. Water when it's dry. Doesn't need to be misted, but you do need to clean the leaves every now and then whenever it gets dusty. Feed monthly, but not during the winter. Um, the only time you need to repot it is when it is pot bound. Like it likes to be pot bound. So I mean pot bound like there's no more room for new shoots to come out of the ground. Or when a root comes out. That happened to me last time, why I had to repot it. One of the roots from in the pot was popping out. And when it pops out, it's because it needs more room. And I was scared the root would dry out, so I repotted it. So this is pot number, probably like number 4 since I got the plant. I think I got it like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So it grows, yeah. So it says to repot every 2 to 3 years. You may have to do it more often depending how happy it is. If it's happy, you're going to have to repot it more often. The soil should contain perlite. If not, you can add perlite or add more perlite. It's just to help with drainage. It's another one. Yeah, it's invincible. It's really hard to kill it. It cleans the air, but it is slightly toxic, so you should still keep it away from children and pets. Like it won't kill them, but it probably would give them an upset stomach. All right, and then in front of that, we've got my snake plant. And yes, those yellow stickies are because I have fungus gnats, which are very common in the house. I had tons of them. And I also have, if you can see under the table, there are those lights. Those are bug catchers. So I have 2 of those. And almost every one of my plants has those yellow things in the pot. I'm trying to get them under control and get rid of them. I do have to go around and change. I don't know, you might be able to see there's black spots on the yellow. It's because it caught a bunch of fungus gnats. So now I've got to switch out those stickies later today. But I wanted to do this video first. Snake plant, also called bowstring hemp, mother-in-law tongue. Okay, so the scientific name is Sansevieria trifasciata zeylanica. Now, they have reclassified it as a Dracaena genus. So, but it's a Zeylanica variety that I have. Native to West Africa. Depending on the variety, it can grow 6 to 8 feet tall. I don't think this one does, but depending on the variety. Indirect light to full sun, it can take any. It's a slow grower, drought tolerant. Water only when it's dry. Does not need to be misted, but you do need to clean the leaves like whenever it's dusty. Sandy loam soil, likes to be pot bound. Fertilized monthly, of course not in the winter. Or you could even give it less, like every 2nd month is fine too. It is toxic, so keep away from children and pets. It is an air purifier. And if you want to make more of them, you just snip off the tip, put it in water, and then when you see a couple of little jagged roots coming out, you put it in a small pot of soil, and it will shoot out babies, and it will start filling up that little pot. It's really easy to do. All right, the next one is my Azalea, which is that one right there. Now, I thought it was a gardenia, but I found out gardenias are only white and yellow. Azaleas come in these pinks and all these other colors. So that one is definitely an azalea. There are 2 kinds. There is the hardy one, which is the one you grow outdoors, and it can go as cold as zone 4, which we are 3B, 4A. So it might survive in our winters. We just have to protect it in the wintertime. This particular one in the house, the indoor one, is called a greenhouse azalea or indoor florist azalea. So either florist or greenhouse. And they're usually sold with a decorative foil wrapping around it. That variety is for indoors. Also, the azalea needs a chill season and a growing season. So during these colder months, you're supposed to put it like, and I believe geraniums are the same. I've seen my ex-mother-in-law, she puts her geraniums in the basement in the cold room. And if you put it in a colder temperature for 3-4 months and then you pull it out and you start watering it regularly, it will start blooming again. And Azalea is one of those. Tops off at about 18 inches. After it's finished blooming, you can prune the branches to make it symmetrical. It likes bright light, but not direct sun. Morning sun is best. Keep it moist, but not soggy. Oh yeah, this thing does not like being dried out. Do not mist it because it can cause fungus. It is an acid-loving plant, so when you fertilize, use acid-loving fertilizer. It is very toxic, and you should keep it away from children and pets. Of course, in my case, I don't have to worry about that, but yeah, it is very toxic. And then we got 2 more plants. Oh no, we have 4 more plants. African violet, native to Africa. Bright indirect sun. The darker leaved ones need more sun than the lighter leaves. Water them from the bottom. It likes humid conditions, but do not mist it because it will cause brown spots. Use African violet soil mix and African violet fertilizer. And yeah, that's pretty much its own classification. And as long as you follow the African violet rules, like the soil and the fertilizer, it should be good to go. And then next to it, oh yeah, and they do come in all colors. Mine, I have the pink and the purple that you see there. Plus I have a white one downstairs that was starting to die. I have like 1 leaf left on it. So I have it under a grow light right now. But anyway, so now we're on to the jade. And I'm trying to, there we go. You can see the jade. Crassula ovata, known as a lucky plant or money tree, native to South Africa. Can grow up to 5 feet. It needs full sun, lots and lots of sun. Good drainage. Too much water will cause root rot. So, like water it when it's the top is dried out. Too little water, like if you let it dry out completely, it will drop leaves. Plant it in a terracotta pot. That way it won't be sitting in water. It has more, airflow. Fertilize every few months with a succulent fertilizer, and it is toxic. Then the last 2 over there. Whoops. Those 2. So the one in the foreground is a rubber tree plant. Bright indirect light, water when top of the soil is dry, mist if the air is dry. So in the winter, when the heating system is on, it needs to be misted. It also likes its leaves to be cleaned. In its native environment, it can grow up to 50 feet, but in a house, it usually tops off at about 10 feet. The soil, you can add extra perlite so that it's not sitting in too much moisture. Feed monthly, but not in the winter. When it reaches the height that you want it, like you don't want it to grow any taller, it says you can top it off. You can cut the top off. This will encourage branching, but you do have to wear gloves because they are known for their rubbery white latex type sap that runs in them. So you don't want this on your skin. So do wear gloves if you're going to top it off. Also, if it drops a leaf and it looks like off balance, you want that leaf back in a sense. It says that you can make a small notch in the spot where the leaf fell, and it will regrow another leaf, which is pretty cool. I've never done that. I would have done that had I known. See, this is why I love, this is why I love doing this research for you guys and you know, sharing with you guys, because during the research project, you learn so much that you don't know. I didn't know that. All right, next one. Dracaena marginata, also called a dragon tree. This one, it's going to be hard to show you. Maybe I can get in closer. Go down. There. It's green, but along the edges here, all those sides, there's a very fine red line. So it's green with like a red variegation on the edges. Really beautiful. Native to South Asia, where it grows up to 50 feet. Indoors, it usually tops off around 6 feet. Bright indirect light, water when it's dry, mist and wipe the leaves. Snip off brown tips. Again, anything that has brown tips, snip them off at an angle. They're less noticeable. On this one, as it grows taller, the lower leaves will go yellow. Just pull them off. You know, usually if you pull them off, they come off already really easy. In nature, it probably just falls off. But if you're tugging, don't do it. Just leave it. They should come off really easy. And the lower ones will go yellow because it's giving its energy to the top to grow. So the lower, they're just like letting it go. Regular potting soil, and it can be toxic to pets. So I'm going to assume can be. Yeah, just don't take a chance. If they do get a hold of it, well, it says it can be. So I'm thinking maybe just an upset stomach. It won't actually kill them. And there you go. That's all my houseplants. My pride and joy, my winter garden, I call it. All right, 32 minutes. Whoa, I talk too much. All right, well, thank you for visiting. Like, subscribe, and remember, do what makes you happy, and everything else will fall into place. All right, see you next time. Bye.